Welcome to Nature Walk, the podcast where we explore the wonders of the natural world and the incredible stories that unfold within it. I'm your host, David, and I'm excited to share today's fascinating tale with you. Imagine a place where the delicate balance of an ecosystem was on the brink of collapse, where non-native species had taken over and threatened to destroy the very fabric of the environment. This was the case in the Antisana Paramos, a unique and fragile ecosystem in Ecuador, where cattle ranching and other human activities had pushed the native wildlife to the edge. But, as we often see in nature, even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for redemption and renewal. In this case, a remarkable conservation effort was undertaken by a group of dedicated individuals and organizations who came together to restore the Antisana Paramos to their former glory. Through a combination of careful planning, community engagement, and scientific research, the team worked tirelessly to remove non-native species, replant native vegetation, and reintroduce native wildlife. And, as we'll hear, the results were nothing short of astonishing. As the ecosystem began to heal, the native plants returned, followed by insects, macroinvertebrates, and eventually, the iconic Andean condor. But what's even more remarkable is that the condors, which had once fed on cattle carcasses, began to feed on deer carrion once again, a sign that the ecosystem was returning to its natural balance. The story of Antisana is one of hope and resilience, a testament to the power of collective action and conservation efforts. It shows us that even in the most degraded environments, restoration is possible, and that with careful management, we can bring back the delicate balance of nature. As we delve deeper into this incredible story, we'll hear from the scientists and conservationists who worked on the project, and learn more about the fascinating wildlife that calls the Antisana Paramos home. From pumas to Andean bears, we'll explore the intricate web of relationships within this ecosystem and discover how each species plays a vital role in the grand symphony of nature. We'll be right back with more fascinating stories from the natural world on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David, and we're exploring the fascinating world of nature and the environment. In our first segment, we delved into the importance of conservation efforts in preserving ecosystems. Now, let's dive into a story that highlights the unintended consequences of human actions on the natural world. You might have heard about how humans are impacting the evolution of species, but today's story takes us to the Baltic Sea, where cod fishing has been a staple of the industry for centuries. However, researchers have discovered that decades of overfishing and size-based harvesting have led to a significant decline in the average size of cod. But what's even more alarming is that this selective pressure has driven an evolutionary change in the species. Studies have shown that cod are now maturing earlier and at a smaller size, which can have cascading effects on the entire ecosystem. As apex predators, cod play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the food web. With their decline, other species are experiencing population explosions, leading to changes in the composition of phytoplankton and zooplankton. This phenomenon is not unique to cod, by the way. Similar evolutionary changes have been observed in other species, such as bighorn rams, where trophy hunting has led to a decline in average horn size. And it's not just limited to animals. Even plants are evolving in response to human activities like pollution and climate change. The implications of these findings are far-reaching. If we continue to drive evolutionary changes through our actions, we risk losing the resilience of ecosystems and their ability to adapt to future challenges. As Julie Charbonneau, a fisheries researcher, aptly put it, diversity allows us to hedge our bets in the face of variable or unfavorable environmental conditions. So what can be done to mitigate these effects? Researchers are calling for more sustainable management practices, such as size-selective harvesting and the creation of marine protected areas. While protecting fish may not lead to an immediate increase in their size, it's a crucial step towards preserving the genetic diversity that will allow them to recover in the long term. In fact, initiatives like the Record Project are already underway, aiming to release genetically diverse cod larvae into the wild to help restore the population. It's a promising start, but more needs to be done to address the complex issue of evolutionary change driven by human activities. As we continue to explore the natural world and our impact on it, it's essential to consider the long-term consequences of our actions. By adopting a century-long planning horizon and prioritizing sustainability, we can work towards preserving the delicate balance of ecosystems and ensuring the health of our planet for generations to come. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. As we conclude our journey through the wonders of the natural world today, I'd like to take a moment to remember a pioneering figure in the field of conservation bioacoustics, Edward McNabb, who sadly passed away on May 7th at the age of 81. His legacy is a testament to the power of dedication and the importance of listening to the often overlooked sounds of nature. Edward McNabb's story began not in a laboratory or a lecture hall, but amidst the vibrant soundscape of Victoria's forests in Australia. It was during his jogs through the Dandenong Ranges at sunrise and dusk that he first encountered the hidden world of nocturnal fauna. This chance encounter sparked a curiosity that would become a lifelong passion. Armed with a parabolic microphone and flashlight, McNabb set out to record the calls of species that had never been formally documented. His work laid the foundation for what would become known as conservation bioacoustics, a field that combines science and sensory exploration to understand and protect biodiversity. McNabb's contributions were not only scientific, but also deeply personal. He believed in making the natural world accessible to everyone, whether through his meticulous recordings of owl calls or his engaging presentations to community groups and volunteers. His albums, such as Nightlife of Australia's southeastern forests and Frog Calls of Melbourne, became essential tools for ecologists, landowners, and amateur naturalists alike. They offered a gateway into the nocturnal world, where the sounds of sooty owls, gliders, and burrowing frogs painted a rich tapestry of life after dark. One of McNabb's most significant achievements was his work as a senior scientist at the Victoria Department of Sustainability and Environment. Between 1996 and 2012, he led surveys across over 2,000 public land sites, identifying more than 550 zones of ecological significance. This tireless effort helped protect some 300,000 hectares of habitat, leaving an indelible mark on Victoria's biodiversity planning. But Edward McNabb's impact went beyond the realm of science and policy. He was a steward of the land, turning his own forested property in Gembrook into a haven for species he once feared were lost. This personal commitment to conservation serves as a powerful reminder of the difference individuals can make when they choose to act. As we reflect on Edward McNabb's life and legacy, we are reminded of the importance of listening, truly listening, to the natural world. In an age where silence often follows the loss of a species, his work urges us to pay attention, not just to the noise, but to the absence that remains when a voice in the wilderness falls silent. Edward McNabb may have sought no fame, but his legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. Why? His story teaches us that even in the darkest depths of night, there is beauty, there is life, and there is always something worth listening for. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep exploring your natural world. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep exploring your natural world.